All right, fellas, we ready? Ready to rock? Ready to rock? We going in today. We going in. This is probably the meat and potatoes of this whole confidence workshop. All right, so I want you to be able to listen up. I'm going to give you some time to think about things, time to write things down, time to answer questions, because this is deep. This is life right here. This is life. All right, so we're going to get started. There's a quote by Kobe Bryant that says, "I was chasing perfection and excellence. Even though I knew I would never attain it, but the mere fact that I was willing to chase something with no guarantees to it, I would defeat most of my opponents because most of my opponents would never, ever chase anything that had no guarantees to it." Now, I want to ask you this question right here. What are you going to do that's going to separate yourself from other people? Because we can all hoop. You go pick up a 14-year-old, they can put a ball through the hoop. All right, but what are you going to do that's going to separate yourself? Because there's going to come times where you're going to fail. There's going to come times where you're not going to get any of the guarantees. There's going to come times where you're going to have to dig deep and find something within yourself. We're going to hit on three principles. Three principles today: resiliency, sacrifice, commitment. Now, we've discussed a few of those already over the last couple of days, but we're going in today on them. All right, so I want to start off with the first one: resiliency. Will you stay committed to the process without being emotionally attached to the results? Will you stay committed? Even though you obtain failure, even though you see failure, even though you get failure. When I think of resiliency, I think of Rocky Balboa. Who's watching your Rocky movies? You watch the whole season one day? Yeah, sick. Hey, that's sick though. That's sick. You know, that's.
I think I got it wrong too, but that's definitely not it.
How to spell it?
Yeah.
Hey, if you flip it over, bro, guys, you can. The reason why I gave you these sheets is so you can write on the front side.
Wait, ready? I got it. RESILEIN.
No, I got it right. I got it right. You got it wrong.
Hey, don't ask me how to spell it. You can. I want you to be able to. I want you to be able to write on the front side. But if you have other thoughts you want to put down, you can flip over to the other side.
Does someone have an extra pen or pencil?
And we need an extra pen or pencil.
You didn't know.
Coach, you have an extra pen or pencil?
Yeah, I got you. No, you missed something.
All right. Listen up now. Listen up. Let's go.
I have the IE.
So when I'm telling you about Rocky, right? There's a scene when he's about to go face the Russian. Okay? And this Russian already beat the crap and literally beat to death this man who was Apollo Creed. And so Rocky having a discussion with his wife Adrian, wonderful wife, great supporter like we all should be able to have in our life. She's standing at the top of the stairs, she's standing at the bottom, they're discussing. And she goes, "Rocky, you will not win. And if you're telling me, and you're my wife, I will not win, why are you in my house that I provided for us? Why are you in that car that I provided for us? Why are you eating the food that I put on the table for us? You're supposed to be my biggest supporter." So he goes, "In order for him to defeat me, he's going to have to kill me. But he's going to have to be willing to die himself too." You want to talk about resiliency? That's resiliency right there. Willing to die for what you want. Willing to die for what you believe. Willing to die for what you already know you can accomplish. Separating yourself. Something about resiliency is that we all have it within us. We all have been knocked down. We've all gotten back up. We've all faced the hard times of life. Been doubted. Failed tests. Gotten bad grades. Haven't got playing time. Missed a shot. Lost our confidence. We've all faced that before in life. But the fact is, we just have to ask ourselves a little bit more. Hey, what am I doing this for? Right? What do I want? What do I want to accomplish? Do I want to give up? Will I let failure win? Will I let life win? Because a great quote by Rocky, one of my favorite quotes, I think one of the greatest quotes ever out there, he was talking to his son. And the reason why I love this quote so much is because, One thing about movies is I believe that we can take very, very valuable life lessons away from movies if we watch it with the right perspective. And when we take the things away that can actually benefit our life. And so this quote, he's talking to his son. And the beautiful thing about this is this is literally Rocky's life. He's lived every single thing he said to his son. And he starts off by saying, you know what, the world isn't always rainbows and sunshine. It's a very mean and nasty place. It'll beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. Me, you, or nobody is going to hit as hard as life. But it's not about how hard you get hit. It's about how many times you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning's done. Now, if you know what you're worth, then go out and get what you're worth. But you must be willing to take the hits and not pointing fingers saying you aren't where you want to be because of him, her, or anybody. That's what cowards do, and that ain't you. You're better than that. Catch this. He says, I'm always going to believe in you. But this is the most important line you can ever live in your life. He goes, but until you start believing in yourself, you aren't going to have a life. You aren't going to have a life until you start believing in yourself. Until you start believing that mindset. Until you keep on showing up every single day with resiliency. Until you keep on showing up every single day with the fact of the matter, hey, life's going to knock me down. It can keep on trying to knock me down. But guess what? You're going to have to see me today. You're going to see me tomorrow. You're going to see me next week. You're going to see me next year. Because I'm not going away. It's not going to be that easy. I don't care if I get cut from the 7th grade basketball team. I'm not going away. It won't be that easy. I don't care if you don't want to play me. It's not going to be that easy for me to go away. I don't care what you want to say about me. I know what's inside of me. I know who I am. I know God placed me on this earth for something special. Just because you have an opinion about me doesn't mean that I don't have a purpose. It doesn't mean that my purpose is not to be lived out. Because I'm going to fight. I'm going to continue fighting. I'm going to show you what. Your doubt about me, keep on doubting. Keep on doubting. Because I love that. I feed off of that. I thrive off of that. Because I know this unshakable confidence inside of me doesn't just come naturally by someone else telling me, hey, you can do this, you can't do this. It comes from me building within inside myself and me know who I am. And me being resilient, waking up with the mindset of, man, I'm going to have to face this. I'm going to have to face this failure. But this failure is going to help me get to where I want to be. This failure is going to help me get to the top of the mountain. This failure is going to help me get to college. This failure is going to help me get to the pros. This failure is going to help me get a 4.0. This failure is going to help me become the person I want to become. When we want to think about resiliency, we want to think that's scary. We want to think that, hey, I don't want to face this failure, man. I don't want to have to go through that. I don't want to have to go through the times of where I'm not getting the support. I don't want to go through the times of where my friends don't ask me to hang out. I don't want to go through the times of where I'm not getting the respect from others. I don't want to go through the time of where life just keeps on bringing me down and knocking me down and keeping me down. I don't have to go through the times of where I don't even know who I am. But that's all part of it. That's all part of the process of resiliency and building it. Because we need it. And failure is just feedback of what you can do better. How many of you failed today?
Missing a shot is failure, guys.
How many of you dribbled off your foot today? How many of you had a turnover today? That's failure. But did you stop and quit? Did you stop and quit? Now clap it up for yourselves. Clap it up for yourselves. Because if you didn't stop and quit, that shows something about you. That shows that, hey, I might have missed it, but I'm not going to not shoot. I might have missed it, but that's not going to stop me from still having that confidence that the next one's going in. I might have turned it over, but maybe I just threw it into a tight area of where I was in a rush. Because we're going to fail sometimes when we rush things of life. We're going to fail sometimes when we don't think about every single step that we're taking, embracing it, and being present in the moment. Now ask yourself, do you fear failure? Write it down. Answer the question, do you fear failure? Reflect about it. I think it's on the sheet right there. Self-reflect.
You can ask yourself.
Now, one thing about failure that I love is, as I was saying, it's feedback for you to get better. But I love failure because once you embrace it, you really, really use it for your better. Because it's not what happens to you, it's what happens for you. Life is always happening for us, guys. I get fired from a job that I thought I wanted in sports marketing, and I failed at that. Why? Because I didn't put in the work. I wasn't committed. I wasn't resilient from the nose. I didn't sacrifice the things that I needed to be better. I didn't sacrifice the parties. I didn't sacrifice the girls. I didn't sacrifice, me getting high when I'm supposed to be working instead. I didn't sacrifice any of that. Instead, I kept on doing it and making excuses and lying. And then I get fired. I failed at that job. But that was only a stepping stone to get me to where I am today. Because not long after that, only a couple months later, I started speaking. I didn't want to speak, but I knew that God placed me on this earth for something special and a purpose. And if I use what my go through, if I use my failures to help other people accomplish and achieve things out of their failure, then that's going to help the world become a better place. So when we think of failure, we think of resiliency. When we think of failure, we think of the process. When we think of failure, we think of success. Because success is part of failure. You need it. You need it. I've never seen a basketball player shoot 100% of his life before. I've never, ever seen Michael Jordan win every single championship. He may have won one, he may have won two, he may have won four, six, but he hasn't won every single championship.
To continue on to go on with this, how many businesses do you think I started before this one?
Like a lot, right?
3. How many do you think failed? 3.
Right, all basketball related.
All right, so being able to respond to failure, similar to Kaz, led me to being able to be here with you guys today. All right, because I kept, I'm trying and finding something that aligns with my passion. So, thank you for letting me step in.
Yeah, absolutely. You see, that's the vulnerability part about it is when we're vulnerable, when we're authentic, when we're genuine, we can accept our failures because we've all failed in life. And it's not scary. Yeah, it might be embarrassing at times, but think about it down the road. You're going to say, hey, this failure is exactly what I needed. Looking back in hindsight, you're going to say, I am so grateful that happened. I am so grateful I missed that shot earlier in the game because it gave me an opportunity to make a game-winning shot. Because I knew exactly where, hey, I need to set my feet better. I need to be more patient. I need to keep my eyes focused on the rim. And I need to be present where I am. Instead of thinking about, all right, well, I want to drop 20 points in the first half. If I don't drop 20 points in the first half, then I'm going to try scoring every single point in the second half. It doesn't work that way. One possession at a time, one step at a time, one practice at a time. Second principle, When we talk about resiliency, we gotta talk about sacrifice. What are you sacrificing right now in your life that's going to be beneficiary for the future? What are you sacrificing right now? Because I know a lot of you like to sleep. I'm going to tell you this thing right here. You love sleep, you will not be successful. You cannot be successful, especially in America, if you love sleep. You can't. That 8 hours a day, yes, I'm sure it's great for your body. But you got something you're chasing, like Kobe, he's chasing excellence and perfection. That man didn't care about sleep. He didn't care about sleep. There's a story about him in the '08 Olympics when everyone else in Vegas was they're out in Vegas. Everyone else is partying. LeBron, D Wade, Boozer, Bosh, Carmelo Anthony, and they're coming back from the club at 6:30 in the morning. And Kobe's walking down to the lobby with his bag. They're like, dude, this dude's crazy. What's he doing? He's getting the workout. He doesn't care about going out to party. He doesn't care about the temporary fun. He's willing to sacrifice that for what he's put on this earth to do, for what Coach K brought him in to do. Because before in the other Olympics, they weren't winning gold. They knew they needed one piece, and that piece was Kobe. So he knew that, hey, listen, they might not do this right now, but if I lead by example, if I show them what sacrifice looks like, that gold medal is ours. So eventually, everyone started flowing in with Kobe. LeBron getting morning workouts, Wade getting morning workouts, Bosh getting morning workouts. Carmelo, he said, man, I wasn't waking up at 4:35. That's just too early. But he was still getting workouts in eventually in the morning. Now, what are you willing to sacrifice? Because I know partying can be fun. I know girls can be fun. I know videos can be fun. I know sleep is nice and needed sometimes. But are you willing to sacrifice the temporary things right now to help your future self be better and put yourself in a better position?
Like, if you're saying that like sleep isn't that important, but I feel like if you need to take care of your body first.
Right.
Before like I would put my body before like basketball and like stuff like that. So if
Right.
I feel like I need like sleep, I'm just good at sleep. Like I try to get like 10 hours, 9 hours of sleep a day.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like that makes me any like worse or like not get places in life just because I sleep.
Right. Right.
You know?
No, that's a very, very good perspective to have. And at a young age, like you're in high school, you don't have many responsibilities on you, right? I mean, yes, some of you may have to get jobs eventually. Yes, some of you may have to help provide for the family. Yes, some of you may have to do things that other people don't have to do. But look, like coaches over there, they have to provide for themselves. They have to pay bills. They can't be sleeping from 11 p.m. till 9 a.m. They can't have that. They have to get up and work. You know, they have to get up and work. As high schoolers, yes, you don't need to be doing that all the time. You know, you need to take care of your bodies. You need that rest. You need to be able to get that sleep because you have tests you have to take. You have classes you have to pass. And you have a future. But when you're grown and you have responsibilities or you have a family, your family's not going to want you to sleep 10 hours a day. You know what I mean? Your family, you can't do that for your family or else your family's going to fail. Your family's not going to be provided the needs that it needs to be successful and to, you know, provide the food on the table, to provide the housing, to provide the clothes for the kids. Your family needs you to be working. Your family needs you to be sacrificing some things like sleep. Because yes, sleep's vital. We all need it. But look at the most successful people. They got to run off a few hours of sleep at times. So you can take that 9, 10 hours right now. But know in the future, like, that's not always going to be there.
Yeah, I think just more like when we grow our bodies, that's when we need it. But once they're like more developed and we're done growing and developing, like then we can cut down to like 7.5 or whatever.
Right.
Whatever's the right time.
Right. Because I have a few side gigs along with speaking. And one of my side gigs is I have to work at 4 o'clock a.m. I can't get my 9, 10 hours. I'm not going to bed at freaking 7 o'clock. There's a whole life to be lived still. But I'm willing to say, hey, I can get 3, 4 hours to run off of that. I'm willing to take that. I'm willing to sacrifice the sleep. I'm willing to sacrifice, what other fun people may be having. Because I'm going to put myself in a position where, in 5, 10 years, I'm going to look back and say, that's exactly what I needed. That's what helped me get to where I am. Because you're going to have to wake up early at times. You have morning practices, morning workouts. You're going to be tired. But in that head, in that mindset, you say, this is what I need. Being present right now. So what can you sacrifice that's going to help you get to where you want to be? What can you sacrifice in the court? Can you sacrifice your stats to help the team win? Can you sacrifice your body, taking those charges, help defense? Can you sacrifice? Who likes to win? I love to win. Who likes to win? Tito, why do you like to win?
Because it gives it like a good like the whole entire team is happy, you're happy, everything's good for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Just like the environment's like good.
Yeah. Why do you like to win?
Because I'm competitive.
Competitive. Why do you like to win?
I think that's the goal. Like let's just set that as a goal, and it feels good when you reach your goals.
Feels good when you reach your goals. Why do you like to? What's up?
I just don't like to lose.
Yeah.
Losing sucks.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, when you like to win, think about the process of winning. Joel Embiid had the nickname The Process, right? He eventually got the MVP. That's a process right there. You can't get an MVP if you don't trust the process, if you don't be patient with the process, if you don't respect the process, most importantly, if you don't believe in the process. Now, do you believe in the resiliency that you're building? Do you believe in the sacrifices that you're making? Because that's the process, guys. Now, I want you to answer the question on the sheet. Are you focused on the process? When we think about the process, like I said, it's about embracing each and every single step of the way. You cannot get it to the top of Mount Everest in one jump, right? You can't get to the top of Mount Everest in 5 steps, right? But you have to take one step at a time, one step at a time. Have the rocks come falling down. Keep on moving one step at a time. Have this blood come. Keep on moving one step at a time, embracing it. Blood, sweat, and tears. Like we said, blood, sweat, and tears. That's what it's about. You're going to have to face those things along the process. You're going to have to face each and every single thing along the process. But when you build that resiliency, when you build that sacrifice, I'll tell you what, the process is yours and the mountaintop is yours. One thing about this is, when I say your talent is great, it's great to have. We're all talented people. We all have a talent that we have inside of us that the world needs us to bring out. But how I opened up is guarantees. Nothing's guaranteed in this world. Playing time is not guaranteed. You getting a great test and great grade on your test is not guaranteed until you put in the work. You accomplishing greatness is not guaranteed. But what is guaranteed is what of work are you putting in? Who are you believing in? What do you want to accomplish? That's guaranteed if you put in the work. Because it's never about the destination, it's about the journey. And I'm going to tell you something right now, like, your talent will never be enough. That's why I want to be with you this week is because I want you to understand that your talent will never be enough. You're going to have something inside of you that when the fourth quarter comes, you got 2 minutes left in this tie ball game. What are you turning to? Are you turning to your great three-point shot that you haven't been hitting all day? Are you turning to your other teammate who hasn't been hitting a shot? What are you turning to? Are you going to turn to the work that you put in the weight room to get your body right? Are you going to turn to the film that you've been practicing and watching to get better? Are you going to be turning to the dedication that you have to the game, the commitment that you have to the game, the love that you have for the game, the love that and self-respect that you have for yourself? What are you going to turn to? Are you going to turn to the principles that you instill in your life? Because that's where the game's won, guys. The game's not won off of talent. You can find any cat on the street that has talent, but you can't find any cat on the street that has unshakable confidence. You know what I mean? Not everyone has confidence. What's that? Perseverance, exactly. What you build through the failures, through the struggles, what you build. Because you see players all the time who missed a few shots and then just don't shoot anymore. Dylan Brooks, he lost his confidence. And look at him, he played like a crappy series against the Lakers.
He was shooting a bunch.
But he wasn't confident. He lost it because of other players getting inside of his head.
He might have acted confident, but I don't think
Exactly. He wasn't confident.
LeBron humbled him.
Yeah. LeBron has a way of humbling people. It's crazy. So we only got a few minutes left here. But I want to hit home on commitment. Will you be committed to the process without being emotionally attached to the results of the process? Will you be committed to the process without being emotionally attached to the playing time you're going to get, the girls you're going to get, the parties that are going to be there, the money that's going to be there, the wins, the awards you get? Will you be committed to the process? Because along the process, there's going to come things where you have to ask yourself, I'm not getting the recognition I want to get, but is that going to stop me from putting in the work? I'm not getting first team all conference. I'm not getting second team all conference. I'm not getting honorable mention. But is that going to stop me from putting in the work? It's the process. Being committed. Not letting situations lower your commitment level. Not letting results lower your commitment level. It's great to win. I love winning, like most of you do here. But more importantly, what I love more is the process of it. Because it's never about the destination, as I've been hitting home on. It's about the journey. And finding commitment along the journey will help you get to the top of the mountaintop, will help you accomplish great things in this world. Finding commitment within yourself, that self-belief, that resiliency that you built, will help you be committed to what you said you wanted to do long after the mood you said it in. That commitment. Your mindset will lead your commitment. How you view what you do will dictate how you do what you do. If you view things in a disrespectful manner, that means your commitment level's not there. That means you're just saying whatever someone else wants you to say. That means that you're just talking BS. But if you want to be committed, if you want greatness, if you want to become a better person, if you want to become 1% better each and every single day, your commitment level should never be based off of temporary things. Your commitment level should never be based off of other people. Your commitment level should never be based off of what you can accomplish and what you can't accomplish. Your commitment level should always be based upon what's inside of here and what you believe. When I think of commitment, I think of a story of Brock. And this is in facing the Giants, right? His team is about to go up against their rivals in football. And when he's saying, his teammate asks, hey, coach, how strong is Westview this year? And Brock goes, a lot stronger than us. And the coach is like, hey, Brock, you already riding this off? Like, you just riding this off like that? Hey, get down on the ground. I want you to do the death curl. Bear curl. Jeremy, get on his back. Blindfolded. He's in the 10 strong. He's in the 20 strong. He's in the 30 strong. He's in the 40 strong. Takes a little breather at the 50-yard line. Hey, coach says, don't quit on me, Brock. Don't quit on me. Give me all you got. Brock's like, I'm not. I'm just wiping my eyes. I'm just getting tired of the sweat on my eyes. He's going 60 yards, 70 yards. Brock starts feeling, it hurts. Don't quit on me, Brock, the coach says. Don't quit on me, Brock. You said you'll give me your very best. Your very best. Give me your very best, Brock. Don't quit on me. It hurts. And catch this right here. He's got 20, 30 yards left. And he goes, I can't take it anymore. I'm about all out of strength. And the coach says, that's when you negotiate with your mind and your heart. When you don't have anything left, that's when you find it inside of you. Don't quit on me, Brock. 20 yards left, Brock. 10 yards left, Brock. 9, Brock. 8, Brock. 7, Brock. 5, Brock. 6, Brock. 4, Brock. 3, Brock. 1, Brock. End zone. But he doesn't know it. He drops down. Coach takes off his blindfold. He says, look up, Brock. You're in the end zone. And then he says, Brock, you are the leader of this team. If you walk around defeated, so will everyone else. You've been given a gift. Don't abuse it, use it. God's given each and every single one of you a gift. But if you're not committed, if you're not resilient, if you're not willing to sacrifice it now for the future, you will not get to the top of the mountaintop. But if you stay committed, if you stay resilient, if you sacrifice, I'll see you boys at the top.